Hello. Welcome to the Superstar Partyplex. I'm Tired Penguin. You can call me Pengu because that is my name and I exist. I'm playing the Birdman today. He's going to be gay today. I'm excited. I'm here today with someone else.
Hello, hi. Oh my goodness, it's me. Hello. You guys thought you couldn't get enough of me, I don't think. Anyway, hi, I am Aaron, also known as Ren. Today I will also be joining the gayness by playing a character that people at the Partyplex aren't actually acquainted with unless they're acquainted with the Velvet Family campaign, who is Dylan Revenant.
Yippee! I forgot to say my character's name. I just said the Birdman. Kestrel. Kestrel.
I pat you, I
Yay.
pat you. Anyway, I can start us off for today.
That would be great.
Yeah. So,
That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't. That would be great.
so the camera will actually open up on Kestrel today, which is a surprise since usually when I'm in these FPSs, they tend to open up on my characters. Um, but camera opens up on Kestrel, and I want to say it's relatively early in the morning on like a weekend. It's a day that he doesn't have work, specifically because Dylan and Crue are currently on the way to visit him in Future World City. Um, although, as he gets up, starting to prepare for the day, get ready, he notices that he's actually running quite late.
Who's running late?
Kestrel.
Oh. I was gonna I was I was gonna say Kestrel is normally an early bird, even on weekends. So he did wake up early, somehow even earlier than usual. I think just because of stressed. Well, not stressed, but he's excited for the day and wants it to go well.
That is
And I
fair.
think
Yeah.
he's kind of like trying to plan and prepare himself mentally, to the point that he did get distracted and overcompensated.
Yeah, I think yeah, that works best. Yeah. I just like on the way up to the door, he just gives a quick glance at the clock to make sure, and he's like, it's not super behind time or anything like that, but he is like 20 minutes late, and it's about like a 30-minute drive, I want to say.
Fog.
Yeah,
He needs to go pick up boyfriend
he needs to
from
go
the
pick
train
up
station.
boyfriend from the train
He had to
station.
go. He had to go pick up boyfriend from the train station. He will go pick a boyfriend from the train station and also send message apologize. I imagine it's just like he's going to be like 1 minute late, and he still sends a message apologizing because this man
Yeah,
likes to be on time for things.
it's okay. It's okay. You're nervous. I give him pats. He just feels the sensation of a god giving him pats from the distance. But anyway, we're not gonna go super in detail for this part as it's not
Yeah.
entirely important. But he does eventually arrive to the train station, and it's a little bit less busy than it probably was prior to him arriving. Very early in the morning, of course, so still less people except for those that are actually like filing out of the train station, mostly from Ghibli. And he specifically sees Dylan, who is currently window shopping through the plaza at the moment.
The mirror guy.
The Mirror Man!
The mirror guy. I have never thought about what kind of car Kestrel will have. I've never imagined him driving in any situation. Um, anyway, I think he like notices Dylan, definitely feather fluffs a little because
Yeah.
that is one of his boyfriends
Yeah.
that he's meeting for the first
I'm
time.
sorry, just very
And
quickly, I need to interject and just say that I completely imagine this man to have one of those like gray mom vans.
he has a mom van.
He has a mom van.
I approve of this. He has a gray or silver mom van.
Yeah.
Yes, I approve of this. Like
Perfect.
so I think he notices Dylan, and I think like he's not gonna honk at him or anything. I think just messages like the gray van behind you.
Dylan just pulling out his phone and blinking a few times at that because that is a very ominous message, but he gets the he gets the message. Um, and kind of raises his head, probably like I don't know how to describe it. Like shields his eyes from the sun by like pressing it to his forehead. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a specific way to describe that, but he does that as he's
I don't
looking
either.
through, and eventually he spots Kestrel and lights up and starts giving him very enthusiastic waves.
Kestrel gives a much smaller but still very happy little wave.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, then Dylan is going to take a step towards him, and I'm imagining that he's still in the car and has the window rolled down, or maybe he's like standing next
Yeah,
to it or something. Yeah,
Kestrel is
um,
in the car with the window rolled down.
yeah. So Dylan's going to come up by the window, and he's gonna try and like poke his head and give him a little kiss on the cheek or something. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
yeah, and
Kestrel
then
will immediately feather puff.
yeah, Dylan just chuckles a little bit at that and starts trying to smooth out his feathers for him. Before he pulls
Uh,
away and clears his throat just a little bit, just smoothing out his clothes, and is like, crew is currently running late. I think the train is a little bit late on his end, but I think we can stay for just a little bit longer.
Kestrel just blinking out the fluff. Or just yeah, that's a scent. Blinking out the fluff, that works.
Blinking out
Blinking
the
a bit
fluff.
from blinking a bit from he got kissed and then got his feathers soft petted.
Yeah.
And then I think just there's always a moment where I have to prepare myself to do Kestrel's voice because I gave him such a deep voice. Anyway, yeah, I think he's just like, dang it, I can't do it. He needs to communicate the idea that that Crew Dylan.
I
Give me a
believe in
second.
you, man. You got this.
Give me a second. He needs to communicate the idea for Dylan to get in the car and then they go park and then can do shopping.
Yeah,
But I need to do that in Kestrel's voice. But for some reason, it ain't working right now.
it's
All I
okay,
can get
man.
out is ah. Just can we just do that for now? Just Dylan get in the car.
Yeah,
Dylan get in the
yeah,
car.
yeah. He gets in
Oh
the car. It's okay.
yeah,
We don't really have to roleplay this entire scene right now because it's just
yeah, Dylan.
the introduction anyway. So,
It's okay.
um, yeah.
Kestrel and I are both bird brained. That's fine.
Even still, Kestrel communicates just the idea of them parking and looking through the shops. That's what's important. Um,
Dylan rolled perception on Kestrel's car interior.
let me see. I did not know he had a +6. Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness.
7. Never mind.
Oh, he got a nat 1. The car is clean. That's all you tell. Or it's a car.
It's a car.
It's
It's a vehicle on
it's
wheels.
it's a vehicle.
Yeah,
It's a
it's fine.
mom van.
I don't really think he gets into cars and then immediately takes note of the interior as soon as he steps in
Well, that's
anyway.
all I was gonna say was like the car is exceptionally clean, and Kestrel seems like a well put together person, but you do get the sense he specifically cleaned out the car for picking you
Oh,
and Crew up.
oh, oh, I love him. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dylan unfortunately does not bring that up
Dylan
because
does
he
not.
yeah does not notice, but he will take a seat in the passenger seat, buckle himself in, probably make a silly little remark about safety or something. um,
I think that might make Kestrel chuckle a little.
yeah.
Yeah.
Until yeah, they eventually reach a parking spot relatively close to the train station and the plaza and everything. I probably right next to one of the shops as well. Um,
Yeah.
and they'll get to do some more window shopping.
Yeah. Kestrel will try and get out and open the door for Dylan, like the gentlemanly thing before Dylan can get out. He'll try
Yeah,
and do that. I don't know if he'll make it because
I mean, yeah, I think Dylan at first is like trying to get out, and then noticing Kestrel is like walking over to his side, just stops and lets him do whatever he wants.
Yeah, Kestrel's gonna do the gentlemanly thing of opening the door for him.
Yeah, Dylan just I don't let me rephrase. Dylan just kind of gives him a nod and takes his hand to pull himself out and just gives like a silly little bow and is like, "Why, thank you."
Kestrel beaming for him.
Yeah, I love
There's
them.
also
I
just
love
a
them
little
so much.
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that, then they tend to they begin perusing all of the shops once again, mostly just window shopping and looking in through all of the ones that they have. Maybe they pass like a boutique or like I don't know, a jewelry store or
Hmm.
something like that. Just various different shops that you would see
Probably,
on the plaza. Maybe a few restaurants as well.
probably a few. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
And
I love those little
eventually,
shopping areas.
yeah. And then eventually the two of them stop in front of a little greenhouse. And I want to say that maybe Kestrel is walking past, not really thinking much of it, but Dylan immediately stops and grabs Kestrel and pulls him back and he's like, "Look, look, 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 look." Just very excited, pointing at the flowers.
Kestrel's immediately like, "Where's the threat?" Oh, flowers.
Yeah.
Ah, a greenhouse shop. I. He will probably. Do you think it would have been brought up in the text that like Dylan is a bit of a flower nerd?
I feel like just knowing him, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
I feel like I
Kestrel.
mean, he doesn't tend to dress fancy or anything, but I feel like most of his casual wear is involving some floral patterns of some kind anyway, so
I'm imagining Dylan in a cute paisley now. Oh,
yeah.
that seems yeah.
If
So
he's wearing a suit, then he most definitely would wear a corsage.
yes. What is a corsage?
It's like
Is that the little pocket thing?
no, it's like the little flowers that you put on your lapel or your wrist.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dylan very, very excited about the flower shop and Kestrel just, do you want to go in?
Just turns to look at him with like big old stars in his eyes and immediately begins to nod and pulls him
Oh,
inside of the shop.
yeah. Kestrel will, I assume Dylan just grabbed his wrist
Yeah, no,
out of
completely.
excitement. Yeah, Kestrel will shift to hold hand instead.
Yeah. It's just he's pulling him in, pointing out the various flowers and different little flower languages that he thinks might be cute with them and stuff, which me as the player I can't really bring much up because I don't know too much about flowers, but Dylan does. So use your imagination on that front.
I've been in flower shops, I love them.
Yeah, but he's very excited and pointing them out. And I want to say at some point he spots this pot of honeysuckles, which is very obviously. I feel like Kestrel has immediately learned if he didn't know that he was a flower nerd, he would at least know that his favorite flower is honeysuckles because that's something he tends to bring up quite often.
Uh,
Um, so incredibly excited seeing this that he pulls him close and starts looking at them excitedly. And as he does, he gently brushes his thumb over his ring.
over
And
Kestrel's ring.
yeah, and
Yay!
he personally doesn't actually notice this, but Kestrel, as he does this, something stirs. I don't know if that's the right word, but something happens. And the ring begins to just very slightly burn. Once again, it's very familiar to the last time this happened, and it also begins to very vaguely light up as well. And Dylan is completely oblivious to this.
Yeah. Kestra like looks down at the ring and just is like he kind of looks around for a second like did Crue get is Crue is this a joke?
um, I wanna say as this goes on, as the minutes begin to pass, Kestrel will notice that something in Dylan's pocket is also beginning to glow. And I'm gonna roll a perception for Dylan on this part real quick.
Yay.
10. Okay. I'm gonna say that it's what is the word I'm looking for? It's average, so he does notice, and it's mostly just he notices the light way after he notices the fact that, oh wow, his pocket feels very warm for some reason. So he looks down, notices that his pocket is actually glowing, and then turns to look back at Kestrel in confusion as the light begins to grow way brighter. And rest, scrounging around in his pocket, he pulls out a necklace. It's very pretty, very intricately detailed and everything. And on the end is the same little symbol that Kestrel and Crue's rings both have. And he
Like
blinks just a little
the
bit at that and looks up at him and is like, what's happening?
it's got the gems with the little like star symbol in it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kestrel
yeah.
just, Kestrel just processing and just like, oh, it's a set.
Dylan just blinks at that and is like, I'm not following. What's happening? What's going on? And
Did
he
Dylan
is
did Dylan notice the ring also
I
glowing?
yeah, I feel like he would have at this point. But he's a I don't Kester doesn't really need to roll for this point, but he's very obviously panicking.
Just it, Kestrel sees the panic and he's just it's just don't worry. It, dang it, dang it.
I believe in you, it's okay, man.
He's just like it's fine. Just don't it. He remembers when he tried to drop the ring when this happened with him and Crue because he wasn't wearing it when it first happened. He remembers when he tried to drop the ring, he couldn't, and he's
Yeah.
assuming it'll be the same case here. So,
Yeah. I think it would be funny if Dylan is also trying to drop the necklace and it's just glued to his hand and he keeps shaking his hand and everything and it's just flying.
yeah, I think Kestrel just gently grabs his hand, just like calm down.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Are we gonna die? Are we okay? Are we okay? Is everything okay?
We're
What's
we're
happening?
not gonna we're not going to die. We're not going to die. This happened before.
What do you mean this happened before? Is everything okay? What's going on?
It's a temporary. he's he's just frustrated in his own mind. Like, how do I explain this? And
Yeah.
also, it's happening to me again.
I want to say that as he tries to explain it at that point, then the light just becomes far brighter.
Ah, he
Yeah,
doesn't even get to say, "Do you know what
yeah.
cell overlap
I'm
is?"
sorry, man, but
It's okay.
the light becomes far too bright for the two of them, and very blinding for them both as well. And I think it kind
Yeah.
of envelops the entire shop at this point. Very thankful that there's no
Oh,
clerk at the counter at the current moment. um,
thank goodness.
but afterwards, yeah, I don't really know how to add to this part, but the light is still bright, but it's starting to fade as the two of them kind of blink a bit.
Yeah. I think Dylan should roll a perception. I don't
I
think
definitely,
Kestrel.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't think Kestrel should have to because he already knows what this is going to do and he kind of
mhm,
physically braces
yeah.
because, oh, it's usually kind of disorienting. How tall is Dylan again?
He's like 5'2", 5'4". He's very short in comparison to his boyfriends.
He is itty bitty. I love
He's
him.
very itty bitty.
Yeah.
But that was a 21 from him, so
He perceives.
he
He.
perceives all.
Dylan, you're a bit taller and fluffier.
I think the first thing that he does is look back at their hands as the light's starting to fade, because like most of it is just him squinting because oh my goodness, this is so bright. His eyes hurt. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Um So as the light is beginning to fade away, then he kind of looks down at their hands, notices they're different, immediately starts panicking, starts patting them down, um, and notices that, oh, he's taller. This is awful. And
Can you
Kestrel
share
can
Killian
just,
art again? Can we
yeah,
share
I
Killian
forgot
art
about that.
again?
Hold on.
Yeah, because how tall would Killian be? Somewhere between 5'2" and 6 foot.
uh, maybe like 5'6", 5'5", or something.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Where did I
Where,
save it?
where's
Where did
that
I
lovely
save that word?
birdie?
Where did I save it? It's okay. Here it is. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Killian. Killian. Yeah.
Just imagine that bird, but with necklace and one ring.
Yeah. I didn't draw it at the time. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, he immediately starts to panic, and Kestrel can immediately feel his panic as his thoughts are flooded with different worries about whether or not, like, about what happened, if he's cursed, if this is like an afterlife of some kind, if he's dead, is something
Dylan,
to happen to them. He's just
Dylan,
freaking
you
the hell
just
out.
became a bird, as far as you can tell. Why is that? Why is that presumed death?
It's just like, I don't know, maybe this is like some form of for some form of afterlife.
Castle's just you're not dead. You're not dead.
but
And Dylan
no,
hears that in
yeah.
their head.
He
In
does
their
not like
head.
that either. He doesn't like that either in any form. Um, and immediately brings his hands up to their head and pats it down just a little bit, and then he starts screaming.
Kestrel is gonna take the initiative to like clap their hands over their mouth. Beak.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Kestrel.
It's okay, Kestrel, just why are you screaming?
It's just like hyperventilating because just like I don't know what's going on. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at
Dylan,
all.
deep breaths. Deep breaths, please. We're fine. It's just it's just cell overlap.
Is that a bad thing? What's going on?
It's it's fine. It is a temporary affliction.
Just like I think just he presses the hand to their chest, feels their incredibly racing heart, um, and is looking over the flower shop. I mean, kind of trying to ground himself, and he's like, kind of. I think the gears are turning just a little bit, although it is something that I doubt he's actually heard of unless Crue and
Yeah.
Kestrel have talked about it to him. Um, it's just.
I yeah.
Mhm. And
I
even
don't
still,
think so.
it's
Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
how that
that's
would have
fair.
come up. I don't know how that would have come up yet.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Vivi was
Oh,
saying that
Crew
Crew would
would
rant
rant.
and I see.
Dylan, roll a history check to see
Yeah,
if
let
you could
me
remember Crew's ranting and ravings about
let me
red.
yeah, let me quickly do that. 9. Oh god.
He does not recall. He's too panicked.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm so sorry, man. He's freaking the hell out.
yeah, but Kestrel seems to know what this is. Dylan, you want to ask what on earth is cell overlap?
Definitely. Just
Yeah.
he is trying his best to keep his thoughts internal, but it is super difficult when all of his thoughts are overlapping currently with different worries about whether or not this is like a good or bad thing. So he does end up saying most of his sentences out loud when speaking to Kestrel, unfortunately. So they just kind of look kind of a little bit crazy. Um,
Fair.
and it's just like just trying very hard to take deep breaths, and heaving and gasping and everything. He's like, I don't. What the hell? What is that? What is that?
it, oh, poor buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kestrel also. You mentioned they pressed a hand to their chest, and Kestrel like
yeah,
kind of wraps both arms around their chest a little to try and comfort.
yeah.
Uh, Kestrel just it's cell overlap. It's temporary. It's just we're we're stuck together temporarily.
Oh, God. oh god, this is awful, this is awful, this is awful, this is awful. And
Oh.
yeah, just pulls their hands away from their torso up to their head, and then I think I'm gonna I'm gonna roll a perception for Dylan as well to notice this. Because whether okay, yeah, he does notice this, so he is even more freaked out. At this point, but the fact that that he can actually hear Kestrel's thoughts, that's something that is not soothing him in any form. So
Eh.
so like the panic is slowly replaced with don't think about that, don't think about that, don't think about that, don't think about that, and all of that, so on and so forth, continuously, just trying to tell himself like, oh goodness, I cannot let him know about all of the shit I've been through because I constantly think about it sometimes.
Oh. Kestrel just oh, Kestrel who has done this how many times so far? CC, Crue,
Like five, I think, 4 or 5. No, I think
Nova,
it's
CC, Crue. I think this is his fourth.
yeah, his fourth, yeah,
Yeah, this is fourth. He's done this.
yeah.
I think he is just. It's fine. I can't see your. I can't hear your thoughts unless you're actively thinking them. It it works strange.
So, oh goodness, and he just kind of I think he's trying to peel himself away from the flower shop, but he is very dizzy and lightheaded from how little air he's actually getting right now. I think Kestrel is also feeling this as well, because just like the effects of their body just actively having a panic attack is just not really
Oh
good for the
no.
two of them. So
He's also trying to initiate the deep breaths too.
yeah, so
Just
he's mostly he's trying to leave the flower shop because the fact that there is actually a clerk here who hasn't it wasn't actually at the table at the moment or the counter at the moment, so he doesn't want to be here when they come back from their break at the current moment. Um,
understandable.
but he is struggling because of how dizzy he is, so he keeps having to like hold on to different flower pots, like walls and beams and everything, as he's making their way over to the door and stuff. Um, and he's like,
Yeah.
so you can't hear thoughts in passing, right?
Right.
Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. And that definitely calms him down just a little bit more. Um,
Yeah.
he's still freaking the hell out though.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Kestrel.
It's okay. Kestrel's just worried about him.
Yeah.
Kestrel's just worried about him. He's just I've done this before. It's temporary. We'll both be fine. Right?
Okay. 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 And yeah, just kind of takes a step to the door, kind of tumbles out a little bit as he opens it because I imagine it to be like kind of a push door or something. Um,
Yeah.
and immediately takes a seat on the sidewalk and trying to once
Not
again.
even on a bench. Not even on a
I'm
bench. Just
sorry, man. He's too freaked out.
fair. I think when they sit, they will become aware of tail feathers, though.
Yeah. Just kind of. I think the first response as he sees it, he's like, "Oh goodness."
Yeah. Kestrel's also a little. There's the thought from Kestrel, just like this again.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kestrel.
No, it's alright. He doesn't understand why overlaps even having they've kept having their tail feathers. He doesn't know why that's been happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, no, Dylan. Once as per yeah, just still try to calm himself down and everything. Just like face, head and hands and everything. Just okay, everything's fine. This is temporary. Hold on, give me like 5 seconds.
Oh, I will take that 5 seconds to sip tea. I sip tea, and I hope that you all cannot hear my heater because again, it's 45 degrees here. I can't. I usually turn off my heater when I'm in games, but it's cold.
Yes, I am back. Also, it is fine. I can't hear your heater.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Well, again, as I said, he's mostly calming himself down, and just the fact that, like, okay, he can't hear anything like passing or intrusive or anything, so that's good. Um,
Yeah.
so if he has like a random thought about something from his childhood or something, then he won't really hear. Well, not his childhood because he had a pretty good one, but from a certain point in his life that I can't say because it's spoilers, but
Teenagehood?
um.
Not quite child?
Not quite childhood, not quite childhood.
Yeah.
Young
Yeah,
adult
Kestrel
life,
is
I can say, but yeah.
fair. Kestrel's also working on, like, helping with their breathing, hand on the chest, trying to
Yeah,
help calm Dylan down because and Dylan can feel that Kestrel is worried about him,
yeah.
intermixed with his own worries.
I'm sorry, Kestrel.
It's
Um,
okay.
yeah, he's mostly he is starting to calm down a bit with the help and everything. And eventually at some point he just brings their hands up to their face and starts wiping away their tears because I feel like he would have definitely started crying at some point. Um,
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Kestrel.
Ugh! Ugh! Also, their face is like porcelain, right?
Yeah,
Like
it is. It feels a little
yeah,
bit weird for Kestrel, but Dylan's kind of used to this, so he's kind of holding on to the fact that, oh, that's familiar. I like that.
that's familiar.
Yeah. So yeah, just taking in deep breaths, trying to calm themselves, and just like, okay, 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 okay. Whew. All right. Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, poor Dylan. think Kestrel's
Yeah.
just like I think Kestrel's just like I'm sorry your first time here is this.
Oh, oh no, 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 no. It's fine. This is uh, and he's trying to think, and he's like, at least it's not my time in the valley, but it's fine.
I think I Kestrel is he's not going to roll insight because he knows that if he even tries to be like what is the valley then he might see something he shouldn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to accidentally pry because that's very easy to do
Yeah.
when
And it
you're
is
sharing
very
a bot.
yeah, it's very easy to tell that Dylan would like to keep very private about certain things at the moment.
And Kestrel understands that because he also has he he suddenly just remembers, oh right, Dylan's a lawyer. Don't think about your past either, Kestrel. Ugh.
Like Cruz also had that thought many times with Dylan, so it's fine.
But yeah, I does do you want to roll like a perception for Dylan for if he also like when he pats their face if he also hits soft feathers?
Yeah,
Because
I'll
porcelain is
do that,
normal for
yeah.
him. Feathers are not.
The feathers are not, yeah. Come on, Dice Percy, you got this.
Roll a good perception,
There we
Dylan.
go.
Calm
26.
soft
Damn!
the soft feathers will help to calm.
Yay! I think, yeah, he's a little bit, at first he's a little bit put off by the feathers because, oh, I don't like that I can feel every single part of myself that is not actually myself at the current moment. But then, like, once he starts petting them, then he's like, oh, this is actually a welcome change.
Yeah. The feathers are quite soft.
Yeah. So he's gonna take that and start, um, using that to help them calm down at the moment.
Yeah. And like as he pets like their if he moves to like pet their neck feathers, like from the Kestrel side of things, they like puff up even more. Getting softened.
I mean, he definitely will pet their neck at some point because he's just petting their head all over right now.
Yeah. Pit pit.
And yeah, I think at that point then like he kind of blinks a bit after taking a few extra deep breaths and he's not 100% like on board with this whole thing obviously, but he is definitely a lot calmer.
Yeah. Kestrel might just ask again, just still in the head. He doesn't want to scare Dylan by speaking through shared mouth because he knows that feels weird.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
still just in well, so does speaking in their head, but you know, he's just gonna gently ask Dylan, like, "Are you all right?"
Um I will be.
Uh, Dylan still feels a bit of worry
I'm
and also
sorry,
feeling
Kestrel.
bad.
I'm sorry, Kestrel. Dylan's just like, "Oh, no, no, it's not your fault, it's fine."
I'm sorry, Kestrel. I'm sorry you're stuck with the player who loves overlaps because he's just having the thought. But I feel like these things follow me everywhere, and I'm like, I wonder why.
Oh, you do. Oh, they do, Kestrel.
They do. I'm sorry. I love putting you in such. I'm sorry your player is an overlap lover, Kestrel. I'm sorry you're stuck with
I
this.
am also sorry in that exact same way towards Dylan.
Whoops.
Oopsie, oopsie. It's okay.
But yeah,
Um,
but yeah, Kestrel does feel a little bad because he's like, he feels like these things follow him, and yeah,
yeah. I think yeah, Dylan eventually tries to bring them up to their feet. It's just because like they're I mean they're still dizzy, but a little bit less so. They're mostly just lightheaded after that. Um,
bird feet.
and yeah, bird feet. It's a little bit weird to walk on for him as well, especially because they're taller
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So he's yeah, just kind of taking careful steps and everything, and eventually stands up straighter and tries to dust off their legs and stuff because they were sitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
And immediately
like
kind of
dust off,
pass.
like
Yeah,
I was just like kind of dust off their behind, like dust from the sidewalk, and hit tail feathers again.
yeah. I think Dylan just kind of glances back at their tail and then it says nothing at that point. But um,
Kestrel also says nothing.
yeah. I think the only thought that Kestrel will get from Dylan in that moment is just like, this is so weird. This is very weird. But that's not a new thought from him at the current moment.
Yeah, Kestrel is just like it. It is definitely strange. Uh, there's like Kestrel is okay sharing this thought, so it Dylan does get access to this passing thought of just remembering the other times he has done this, and like,
Yeah. And he's just kind of blinks a little bit at that. And I'm actually gonna roll a history because I know for a fact that Red would at least be there. So
yeah,
do you
Red is
understand
definitely
now? He
recalled.
does. He does understand. I think at that point it kind of clicks, and he's like, "Oh, right.
Crew talked about this.
Yeah, I remember this now."
Yeah. Crew probably talked about getting to kiss Kestrel about it.
I feel like he definitely would have. I think
Yeah,
Dylan, as soon as he starts thinking about Crew, is like looks back at the train station. He just drags a hand over their face and is like, "You better arrive soon, or I swear."
uh, Kestrel agrees.
Yeah. And as he does that, he also actually notices the ring that they're wearing, and he's like, "Oh, that must have caused this, right?" And then starts trying to take it off.
Yeah, and it doesn't work probably.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he's just oop,
Crew did not tell Dylan
oh,
about kissing Kestrel.
I see. Okay.
Fascinating. Yeah, the ring. The ring does not come off.
Yeah,
I think like
he's
Kestrel has the thought and like Kestrel has the thought and like also moves a hand to like feel for the necklace.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I think with like the whole thing of just oh the ring isn't working and then starts trying to pull off the necklace. But it like while it looks like it drapes very it has gravity until they're actually trying to pull it off and then it just becomes incredibly solidified on their neck and they just can't.
Yes. Kestrel's just that also happened with Crue and I. Hmm.
I think Dylan just kind of like vaguely listens to that, but at the same time he's mostly focusing on like why won't this stupid thing come off?
Just like Dylan, Dylan, it won't come off.
If I try hard enough, maybe it will.
Dylan, that's not it.
I think he keeps trying to pry it off and then eventually just throws his hands in the air with like a frustrated yell.
Oh,
And then he sees like the necklace like fall to his neck very I guess quote unquote normally and he's like, "Oh, so now you have gravity. I see."
it's just yeah. Kestrel has accepted his fate. Dylan has not.
He's refusing to. I think like yeah, most of this at the start is just going to be him trying various ways of getting the rings off or getting the ring off or the necklace off or something. Um like I'm trying to think, maybe he like uses like a rock to try and pry off the ring or something. Not in like
Yes,
I don't I don't know how to phrase it because it sounds very painful, but he's not like bashing their finger with the rock or something. He's just like trying to loosen it
Kestrel's
with
still
it.
going to Kestrel's still going to like pull their hand away when Dylan grabs a rock. He's just like it's not going to come off. Trust me.
And I think at that point he just drops the rock and then sits on a nearby bench this time and just starts pouting.
There is the brief image in their head of Red sticking their hands in butter.
Just kind of blinks at that and then I think he sits up and he's like, "Ah, maybe that's how they pulled the rings off last time."
that did that did not work.
And then immediately slinks back in the suit again. Well, but what do you propose at this point?
He's just most of the overlaps I've done. It usually only comes undone after uh, bonding. I suppose is the word.
He just kind of is like a little cartoonish double blink sound effect as he processes that, and he's like, "Bonding."
Their head nods.
It just immediately like once that happens, he pulls his head up to he pulls their hands up to their head and then stops it in place, and he's
Sorry,
like, "Don't do that. I
sorry.
don't like that." It's fine. Um, hmm, like activity kind of bonding, or
There's an image in their head of the fun house. Just uh, sort of.
Dylan just kind of blinks and he's like, I'm so sorry, Kestrel. I'm not going to a uh what are they called? What are they called? What are they called? Oh my goodness, what are they called?
Fun house?
No, hold on, there's another word I'm trying to think of.
Play place?
Haunted house tour. That's it.
Oh, I
I'm not
suppose the fun
yeah.
house did look a little haunted in some
Yeah, it's like
sections.
he's just immediately he's like, I'm sorry, Kestrel, but I'm not going to a haunted house with you.
He's just like, "That's fine. That was a unique situation. Uh, he's just I d why can't I recall his 3rd fu no, Nova, right.
Mhm.
Heck, there's like, he's thinking, trying to come up with more examples of bonding. Their brain comes up with the image of Red kissing their hand. They fluff and blush.
I think Dylan immediately is just like, "Ah, that should work," and then just immediately kisses their hand, and then nothing happens.
He's just even so, Kestrel does fluff about that. He's just uh, he's just that it was it was more than just a kiss. It was he's too embarrassed to fully get out the words, but Dylan can tell it was a love confession.
Like, he just kinda lets it aside at that point. He's like, "Ah, well, that can't work then."
Their face is still warm
Yeah.
and
And
fluffy.
yeah, I think he'll just pull them up to their feet again. He's like, "All right, well, there's quite a lot of places around the plaza here. I'm sure that we can find something." And immediately starts trying to look around for whatever shop is open or shop that he might be able to
Yeah,
yeah.
this is just right. Activity bonding should work fine.
Wait, there are other types of what exactly do you mean other types of
He doesn't know what he means.
yeah, it's just like
Well,
are there other activities that don't involve I mean, are there other bonding types that don't involve like activities to him?
he's
I'm
like,
sorry,
"I
this
don't know." He doesn't know.
I'm sorry, this man's love language is specifically quality time, so he does not process any other possibility.
Aw.
Except for maybe, like, cuddles or something, but he, obviously can't give those right now.
Well, self cuddles are good.
Yeah, that is
Self cuddles
true,
are
but
always good.
yeah.
They did already have some self cuddles though when Dylan was having a panic attack.
Yeah. Thank you, Kestrel, we all say in unison.
Yeah, looking around for something. What sort of thing should they do to bond?
I
What should be
hmm.
their quality time?
I was I probably should have done this before, give me, like, 5 seconds, because I already know that I wanted them to look through some of the stuff at the plaza, but I did not think about what would be at the plaza.
There. I mean, there are restaurants. They can always get a snack.
Yeah. It's mostly just restaurants and, like, stores and stuff. Unless I
Yep.
don't know, unless they're gonna go into, like, a pharmacy, but I don't
That's not exactly what I think of when I think of bonding.
Yeah. Gonna go pick up my medication with my boyfriend. I mean, there are, like, most I can think of is, like, restaurants and arcades and stuff. Mostly, yeah, restaurants, arcades, shops, maybe playgrounds of some kind. Maybe there's, like
Arcade.
yeah, they could go to an arcade. A non-partyplex arcade, surprisingly.
I don't think Kestrel has ever been to an arcade before the Partyplex arcade.
Do we wanna try that one first?
Would Dylan suggest arcade? Has he done arcade?
Um, actually, I need to think about I mean, maybe he would have gone to an arcade when he was younger, but I doubt he would have gone to one more recently, because that is something that he would have done when he was, like, young adult age or maybe slightly older, but
Yeah. I don't think Kestrel would suggest arcade, but he'd be fine with it if Dylan suggested.
yeah. I think with that, I think Dylan will pass by a few places trying to find something that catches his eye, and, for the sake of lore that isn't going to be super traumatizing lore for Dylan, they kind of stop in front of an arcade, and immediately Kestrel gets a memory from Dylan, and it's something that he can tell that Dylan holds with a lot of fondness, and he sees a way younger Dylan. I think like way prior to his transition, probably like 8 years old or so, with another object head standing right next to him, who is actually a what are they called? They're like really old phones from like the I know there's a name of them for them. They're not those
A
like rotary
brick?
phones or something. Um,
Oh, not
they're like
rotary
the
phone.
no, they're the ones that look like the candlestick, and they have the
What?
hold on.
I have never heard of a phone that looks like a candlestick.
No, hold on. I need to pull the picture.
Crows, we both thought of the Nokia immediately.
It's not a Nokia. It's not a Nokia.
Like, do you
Here we
mean the
go.
brick?
It's like yeah, oh, it is a rotary phone. It's the really old rotary phone from like the 1920s. These things.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
somewhat candlestick shaped.
These ones. But yeah, he's standing next to an object head that has that specific type of head to him, and he is looking back at Dylan fondly, and Dylan is rambling about whatever hyperfixation he has at that time. Which honestly, knowing him is probably like
Aw.
dinosaurs or something.
Aw.
And they're taking a step towards an arcade. It's very wholesome.
Cute. There is immediately the feeling from Kestrel of cute, little Dylan cute.
There is like a little underlying feeling to that if Kestrel wants to. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know if he would
Yes,
look
please.
super far into it. Okay, he can roll a perception
But
if you want. Um,
I would love to.
yeah,
He can he can insight on the feelings
yeah.
slash R D20 plus 1.
Oh,
4.
damn.
Whoops.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
He is overcome by the cuteness.
Yeah. So I will not give this to Kestrel, but I will say that there is a little underlying feeling of grief coming from Dylan. But it is mostly the
No.
main feeling is just like, oh man, I remember this. So he's mostly just looking back at the arcade and having very positive feelings when he sees it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can go in the arcade.
Yeah,
Cause
they could go with the arcade. I also want to add that I think
eh.
it would be a little bit fucked up if like Kestrel sees this specific individual, and the first thought that he has from Dylan is he gets a name from him, and the name is Fraser Revenant.
Ah. Ah. I see.
Yeah, you know him. Pangu knows him.
I I don't actually recognize that. I just went,
Oh,
ah, same last name.
yeah, no, his dad.
I don't Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, right! I remember
yeah,
Frasier now. I remember Frasier now. The
the
dad!
dad.
Telling dad stories.
Yeah,
Yeah. Frasier.
Fraser.
Uh,
My voice just cracked so hard right now.
I think Dylan can roll an insight on Kestrel too if he
I
wants.
will do
I'm
that.
gonna roll a I'm gonna roll a contestant deception for that.
Oh boy.
Because Kestrel, this is
Whoa,
something
God,
Kestrel
I
doesn't.
did that so wrong.
Oh, that's 120.
No, no, there we go, 17.
You didn't even roll, you just did math. 17. Oh, I'm gonna roll a
Oh,
d2. Pick 1 or 2.
oh, 2?
2. If it's 2, Dylan wins. Kestrel
Damn.
wins. Dylan doesn't get it.
Alas, I'm
Well
still looking at him as the player. I'm still looking at him.
well, for just a moment, he thought of, his own dead father.
Oh, Dead
Well,
Fathers
presumed
Club.
dead. Presumed dead. They never found the body.
Oh boy.
That's all.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry about it. Arcade!
Arcade!
Can
Yay!
this be like can this be like to not be quite as colorful as the Partyplex arcade, can this be like a
Yeah.
retro arcade?
Yeah, oh my god, that would be so perfect for Dylan as well.
Re- retro arcade with like old video games.
Yeah. And it's just, yeah, immediately Dylan is looking around, and he also feels another wave of nostalgia. Of course, again, it's not this specific arcade. He's never actually been to Future World City, but it definitely reminds him of the arcade from his where his hometown is,
Hmm.
or childhood
Kestrel, who
hometown
is
anyway.
Kestrel, who is very out of his element in this, is kind of just like wondering, just like, what does Dylan want to do? Because he doesn't understand most of this.
Just mental air
This
packs.
man did not play video games as a child.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, Dylan was a little bit of a gamer, so
Kestrel was too busy reading books and having existential crises.
Dylan over. I actually can't say that because that is actually spoilers, but
Oh.
but he had a good childhood. He was a gamer when he wasn't doing chores as a kid.
Good. He had a Game Boy, Game Girl.
I feel like he definitely would have, honestly. But anyway, yeah, he takes a step inside of the arcade and is mostly just looking around for things that either he remembers or things that catch his eye or something. And he will try to answer questions if Kestrel asks them. Um,
I think I think Dylan can tell Kestrel is just a bit, yeah, out of his element.
yeah,
Dylan, you know what? Yeah, Dylan can tell Kestrel did not play video games as a child and never really got into it in adulthood either.
I give him pats. I give him pats. It's okay. He'll hook him up with like a game rectangle. And I'm sorry, I couldn't think of anything that
Game Prism.
a game for some a game sphere, if you will.
Game Sphere.
I just couldn't think of a bootleg name of that, but
Game Shape.
anyway, no, he'll hook him up with the classics at some point if he ends up visiting him in Ghibli.
Game Dodecahedron. I like
Anyway,
the game
yeah.
Dodecahedron.
But anyway, yeah, I think Dylan is kind of reading some of the confusion, kind of tries to respond and
Yeah.
like give explanations where he can and everything. Um
Which Kestrel
he
listens to.
yeah, I don't again me as a player, I don't know too much about retro games and stuff, which is insane because most of my hyperfixations actually involves retro things, but gaming is not one of those things, unfortunately. So, but Dylan would have this knowledge because he was like a '90s kid. I think. Yeah,
Somewhere around there.
'90s. Yeah. So he is
Somewhere
very
around there.
familiar with the classics at the very least.
Yeah. Smash Bros.
Yeah. But yeah, I
There
think
was a I have been to a retro arcade that did have like the classic like Nintendo consoles and classic Smash
mhm.
Bros on there, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've not actually been to too many arcades. I've only been in like one, which is in I'm not gonna dox myself, which was in a place that is close
Fair,
to where I live. Um,
fair.
but yeah, he just again just pointing out certain things, and then eventually need to think of a game that he might stop at actually. Um, Give me like 5 seconds, it's fine.
Fair.
We're gonna need to cut down
Make it
so
work.
much when we edit this.
That's fine.
I wanna say that he stops in front of like a little Space Invaders type game. Um,
Oh, cute.
which is one of the which is something that I'm familiar with specifically because I've played jazz punk, but um and yeah, he stops at a Space Invaders game, which is I don't think is something that he would have played as a kid, or maybe I don't know. It's maybe it's something that just didn't particularly catch his eye as a kid, or maybe something he doesn't entirely remember very well. So it's just like vague recollection. But he does stop in front
So
of that.
retro.
um, and he will stand in front of it and ask Kestrel if he knows anything about this game.
Estral just I don't think he doesn't respond with words, but he does not
Yeah.
he is very out of his element.
Yeah, and I think yeah, Dylan just kind of points to it. And he's like, "Well, so you play as this little guy," and he points to the
Little
I
guy.
yeah, it's just the I don't know the shape you play as, I guess. Um, just the little creature you play as. And
Play as a creature?
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, not entirely a creature because it is literally just like I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I think it's like supposed to be a rocket
I
ship of
thought
some
you
kind.
Yeah, I thought you played as a
Yeah,
spaceship.
just a just the shape, just the big shape that you play as. And he kind of points to that, and he's like, "Well, that's what you play as." And then he points to the I don't really know what they're called, but they're the things that you're supposed to hide behind. Um, and he says that you can use those as like little shields, but they can also be broken down by the aliens, which he then points at, which are shooting at the player currently. Well, I guess
Kestrel
I
is
mean they
deep
would yeah.
Kestrel is deeply confused.
Dylan just kind of waves a hand. And he's like, "It's fine, you'll get it." And then immediately reaches out for the controls. Actually, just like inputs like a little gold piece. And then asks Kestrel. Actually, he's just he's just gonna let Kestrel play in the first part because
Kestrel's just like,
he's
no,
like
don't leave this to me. I have no idea what I'm doing.
it's
He's
fine.
just like,
It'll be fun. It's fine.
he's just like,
He will
uh,
definitely like point out how to actually use the controls before he does let him play though, but yeah.
okay, that helps a little.
Yeah, because I want to say that at first he plays it just a little bit and then lets Kestrel start playing.
Yeah, there is still the bit of panic as soon as Dylan relinquishes control. Um, what do I roll for this?
I I'm trying to think. Part of me wants to
What
say
do I roll
performance
for
for some reason.
aiming?
Hmm. Sleight of
Or
hand?
sleight of hand?
Yeah,
Sleight of
sleight of
hand I
hand.
will do. I will do
Yeah,
sleight of hand.
yeah.
D20. What's your sleight of hand, sir? 3. 22.
Hmm.
He did good.
Yeah, nice. I think at the end, Dylan is that, well, I mean, he wants to give him a high five, and then he realizes that there is no Kestrel to high five, so he just
Oh,
kind of just claps their hands and hopes that that comes across correctly.
Kestrel does chuckle a little. It does come across.
Yay! Just as an awkward little self hug, and he's like, "You did great."
he's he's glad because
Yeah,
I think part of him he did want to do good in front of Dylan.
yeah. And I think yeah, after that, I think Dylan will immediately start trying to play as well. Um,
Yeah.
which will also be a sleight of hand, which is a -1. I'm gonna laugh if he fails this. I mean, it's average. I want to say he doesn't like 100% like ace it like Kestrel did. But he does pretty. He does fine basically. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's certainly not. doesn't fail at it, basically. Um, and his excuse, he doesn't know. He's a little bit rusty, but although he's just like, wait, Kestrel has literally never played this before, but it's fine. Um,
Yeah. Kestrel
and
is, in fact, a bit stunned that he did so well.
Kestrel does feel that Dylan is very proud of him.
Feather puff.
Yeah, but eventually he takes a step back. Probably a little bit shaky from the adrenaline. If he could even have adrenaline from that. Actually, no. I've played jazz punk and I've had adrenaline. It's fine. Um, but he takes a step back, and after that, then he just kind of taps his foot, and he's like, "So is it like late when it kicks in when you infuse, or?"
He's just. Uh, my brain left me. Hold on.
It's fine. I believe in you.
He's just. It depends. And it usually doesn't take one action.
Right. Okay. Of course it's complicated. Uh, I've also been realizing that I keep accidentally using my normal voice when I'm supposed to be using Dylan's.
It's fair.
It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, but his voice isn't very different from my own, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But he takes a step back and kind of drags a hand over their face and then starts looking around for maybe some other games that they could play. And I'm trying to think because I don't want this specific scene to go on too long so that we have time for them to do other things. So we could probably just like time skip of them trying various different arcade games and so on.
Yeah. And having quite a good time.
They are having a very good time. I'm
Just
gonna
not
roll.
separating yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna roll one more sleight of hand or to see how they've done overall at the very least.
General
Um,
performance.
yeah. I think we could just do performance at that point, but
I think it's still sleight of hand since it's still gaming, but
yeah,
I'll also roll another
yeah.
sleight of hand.
18. Okay.
Plus 3.
7.
7.
Oh,
Kestrel doesn't do.
honest. It
Kestrel
just
is really
definitely
good at Space Invaders.
it definitely makes sense for the two of them at the very least.
Kestrel is really good at Space Invaders specifically.
Yeah. Dylan
He's
is
gonna.
very good at the other arcade games.
I think there is the little thought that he's gonna surprise Ajax with this later.
Yeah. Ajax,
Cute.
you have a competitor now, but
Maybe not stiff competition, but you know.
yeah. But anyway, by the end, Dylan is just mostly like he definitely had a lot of fun, and he's definitely very happy with after they stepped out of the arcade and everything. But he is also disappointed that like, oh, we're still fused.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah,
Um
Kestrel just surveying the shops again.
yeah, and do you want to come up with a place that they end up heading to this time, or?
I think they should get a snack.
They should definitely, yeah, they should get a snack, honestly.
Or do we want to like save the snack?
Hmm.
I am fine saving the snack.
I think, yeah, we could probably do this, save the snack for last. And I think
Wait.
Crow's requested like them maybe going to like a thrift store or something.
Oh yeah, thrift shop.
Yeah, thrift shop.
To like try on clothes?
That is actually, because I'm not entirely sure what they would end up doing there. Maybe just looking around once again.
I mean, do you want them to try on cute little outfits?
I mean, they could, yeah. I don't think they would put on like full outfits, but definitely like maybe little accessories and stuff.
Yeah.
Little
I am
two
indifferent to
cents.
the thrift shop.
Hmm. I think I feel like we can just do the thrift shop right now because I don't have any other ideas personally.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So they take a step inside and I'm not entirely sure how to describe this specific scent, but it is just old. It smells old and a little bit dusty. um
Thrift shop scent.
it's thrift shop smell. It is old trademark. um I think most of the items around I mean it's future world city, so they're definitely like very different in comparison to the things that Dylan is used to. Like I want to say he's used to like small like wooden carvings or simple little blouses and stuff like that. And then stepping inside, it's mostly just like um I'm trying to think like stuff that is a lot more impressive than that. I don't know. Just very tech advanced items in comparison to the things that Dylan tends to see at his thrift shops. Like, sure, he would definitely see a couple sprinkled around, but here it's just like almost every single thing that has to take like
Why
batteries or some sort of electricity is just.
why did my brain go to the Pokemon card pants?
Oh god.
They're just pants made out of Pokemon cards.
Dylan,
That's
you
it. That's
see,
the explanation.
you see at Dylan's thrift shop, he'd just see Pokemon pajama pants. At this thrift shop, he sees pants made out of Pokemon cards.
Pants made out of Pokemon cards. Yeah, you know.
You know.
Why not?
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Very futuristic, very high tech.
very high tech, as you know.
Very high
Um,
tech pants.
but yeah, no, he just takes a step and is looking around. And I think he's definitely more intrigued by the stuff that he sees here. It still smells old. Still smells like old thrift shop. So he's
Thankfully.
yeah. So that's at least one thing that's familiar to him. Everything else is just like, man, I feel like I'm looking through a museum.
A museum, but museums a future museum?
Perhaps I don't know. Just he's looking at things that he finds cool. That's what I'm trying to get at.
No. He's a little nerd.
He's just a little bit of a nerd.
They gotta find flowery things.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think as soon as they see anything that has flowers on it, Dylan is like instantly looking at it and stuff. Just like
Alert.
yeah, their
Their
ears
little
kind of
ear
perk up
tufts.
a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
same brain cell, but yeah, the ears perk up and then he immediately makes a beeline towards where all of the flower stuff is kept.
Yes, good.
Like there's like maybe a few fake plants or something, which he doesn't really care about in that sense. But just mostly maybe like little flower accessories and stuff, like clothing accessories, maybe old jewelry boxes, just anything that has like a little floral pattern on it of some kind. Um
Oh.
and I think at some point he's also just like picking them up and mentally Kestrel just hears him trying to figure out trying to identify the kind of flowers that he sees on them.
Aw. Kestrel finds that cute, I think.
Yeah.
He is a little nerd.
He's not just a little nerd, he's a big nerd.
But he is short.
He is short, that is true. But
He is a small fellow.
yeah, but an itty bitty guy. I think at some point they trying to figure out how to segue into this, but they end up stopping by where mostly clothing and accessories are kept and everything, like shoes, shirts, necklaces, various jewelry, keychains maybe and stuff like that. Um,
Hmm.
And I think I don't want to give them like anything super large in terms of accessories, but they're mostly just looking at the smaller ones that they could probably carry with them most places and stuff.
Or little
So
pins.
yeah, like little pins and keychains and stuff.
I love
Um,
little pins and keychains.
yeah. I was vaguely gonna make a little joke about Kestrel seeing one of like the keychains and being like, "Oh God, it's one of them," because of the
A
yeah,
little,
because
yeah.
he sees like a little
You
bird
see-
keychain and he's like, "Oh God."
And Dylan briefly sees a memory, or not even see, doesn't see the memory right away, I think, but feels like something between embarrassment, shame, and rage.
I think Dylan just kind of pats their I don't know, like their shoulder for a second and is like, "Slow your roll there, cowboy."
What? He's just like, what? What? He's confused by that. He is not a cowboy.
He just
Is
I think
Dylan Southern?
briefly no, he's not, he's not, I'm sorry. I mean, he did,
Oh.
like, live on, like, the, countryside, but he's not really a cowboy. Not a cowboy,
So,
not he's
what?
not Southern, that's what I meant to say. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, not all Southern people are cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know that. Look at me. But yeah, no, he just kinda I'm mostly looking at the keychains and eh, vaguely feeling that emotion from Kestrel, but mostly ignoring it, like, "Man, he has some history."
Kestrel is glaring at this little cute plushy keychain for some reason with a butt tag.
I think I think Dylan is just, like, mostly giving it little pets, and he's like, what's wrong with it? It's cute."
Kestrel just, it's just like nothing's wrong with it. Just it just reminds me of something. Just don't worry about it.
I
Dylan can roll
see.
insight.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll an insight. Oh my god, I did it again.
Oh, whoops.
There we go, 9.
9. I don't think you get the memory with that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. Yeah, Dylan, my brain just exploded as soon as I opened my mouth.
I pat you.
I think Dylan is just vaguely squinting, but he kind of moves on after that and is mostly just looking at the other accessories and everything. And
This man has had so many transformation experiences.
yeah. I think the main thing that's on Dylan's mind is like I will give this to Kestrel. He just kind of vaguely gets a feeling of like, okay, well, since the gift that I just bought kind of failed in that regard, I'm going to get something else for Crue. And I mean, he can roll an insight if he wants, but I won't give him a super high DC for that.
Yeah, there's a mental blink blink at first.
Yeah.
Slash R. 4.
Oh. Okay. Well, I have the DC at 5. So
Oh! Ah, dang it. Can I get insight, pretty please? Or advantage?
yeah.
I will roll with advantage. Because this is an FPS and also they're sharing a mind.
Yeah.
11.
There you go. Yeah. No, I think Kestrel just immediately is like, "Oh, he's talking about the necklace."
It's just like, he's like, uh, that was a gift.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's alright, Dylan. It's, yeah.
I don't really particularly want to give it to anyone at this point though. And immediately he starts looking over for something that he thinks Crew might like. And I think as he does, he's like, all right, what does Crew like? He likes fancy and knife. Um,
He does not know.
he does like knife.
Sage nodding from Kestrel.
Yeah, he's like
Mentally, he starts to nod their actual head and then stops.
Dylan is thankful towards him that he stops. Um,
Aw.
I he's also looking for things that are like dessert-esque as well. But he feels like that might be a little bit too on the nose, so he's kind of straying away from that.
Fake keychain.
Yeah. He's like I think another thing is like he's also looking for cute or fancy clothes that Crew might like and everything. But I want to say that eventually he ends up finding like a little knife keychain of some kind. It's probably like a little dagger keychain that has the blade engraved to look like a bird or something. Um,
Ooh,
yeah, and
cool.
he looks over that and he's like, "Oh, that's perfect!" And immediately, I think holds onto it with one hand, and he's trying to be stealthy with this. It does not work. But he also grabs a little bird keychain for Kestrel. It's not the same one that Kestrel was looking at with rage, but
Kestrel tries to ignore it. I'm
he's
going
like,
to
"Quick,
roll a
look the other way."
deception.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a deception.
It's a little bit difficult to look away when you're sharing a mind and sharing the same eyes as well.
Well, Kestrel still tries to ignore it, but
Mhm.
it does 7 deception. Does
Yeah.
Dylan want to roll with contesting insight or something?
Sure, yeah, let's see. 20, okay.
He could tell Kestrel perceives.
Yeah, I think Dylan is just like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
It's just like, it's fine. It's fine, Dylan.
Yeah, he's just gonna pull it away then, or, I mean, I phrased that, it sounds like he's putting it back, but no, he's gonna keep it,
Yeah.
anyway.
Dylan can tell he still appreciates the gesture, even though
Yeah.
it's not gonna be a surprise.
I'm thinking that, like, it's like a bit of a like a dangle keychain, I think, where it's, like, 2 different, what are they? Like 2 different keychains in one or something on, like, the same chain? I don't know how to describe it, but, like, one of the things is, like, a feather or something, and the other is maybe a swan.
Aw,
Yeah,
cute.
and so he just immediately takes that and, kind of brings it up to the clerk to buy it at this point.
Yeah,
Yippee!
purchase.
And he does a little purchase. And now he has keychains for his boyfriends. If Kestrel wants to get one for Dylan as well, he can, but again, it won't be a surprise, unfortunately.
Kestrel will look for a flower keychain.
Yay!
He will look for a flower keychain. He will try to look for one that specifically resembles a honeysuckle. I'm not sure how
Yeah!
successful he'll be.
I mean, I kinda wanna give it to him because it's cute and just ends up finding a little honeysuckle keychain.
Honeysuckle keychain!
Honeysuckle keychain!
Yay!
Yippee! I'm sorry, I thought someone was at my door for a second. I just jumped. Um,
Oh. I bet you.
uh, yeah, no, he'll find a little yellow honeysuckle keychain. I want to say that maybe it has like words engraved on it. I don't know what it would say because I can't think right now, but
Something cute and romantic.
yeah,
I don't know what it would say either, but something
yeah,
cute
no,
and
me neither.
romantic.
Yeah, but they have 3 keychains now. And
Yeah.
Dylan is frustrated
Dylan.
that they have not unfused by this point.
Oh, Kessel's still just it takes time.
Yeah,
And he's like, he's patient with this because he's done this 3 times, but
Yeah,
he knows that Dylan is on the struggle bus.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
keep
he
saying it,
feels
but I am
bad for
sorry,
Dylan.
Kestrel. Yeah, it's fine. He's starting to feel better at the very least. He's getting used to it.
Yeah, it is getting somewhat less strange feeling.
Yeah. It's a lot less stressful because, like, oh, he can't see my intrusive thoughts, so if I suddenly think about stuff from my past, then it's fine.
Thinking about don't think about it makes you think about it more though, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I think, like, maybe Kester would have gotten, like, vague feelings about certain memories, but he wouldn't have actually seen any.
Well,
Um,
He saw Frasier
he did
leave.
see Frasier, but Dylan was fine with that one.
Aw.
And just a little wholesome memory from his childhood, because I need more people to know about his dad. Um,
His dad.
yeah,
His funny dad.
his funny dad. He loves his funny dad.
Oh, well, his funny dad is dead.
His funny dad is dead. He still loves him even in death. That's fine.
Right.
But anyway, I think at that point, by the end, they eventually step out of the thrift store, and
You think they could
yeah,
get like a
now they
mess
can.
We've
I
been
think,
going
yeah,
for a bit. Do you think they could get like a message from Crue at this point?
yeah, we can introduce Crue.
Yeah.
So I will.
Hmm?
I give a little blink blink to VB.
BB, does Crue want to send a mess? Hi.
Hello. Hooray.
Okay,
Patching.
sorry. I forgot to unmute myself in OBS. I'm gonna reintroduce
Oh.
myself.
Oh.
Hi,
Fair.
hello. Being dragged into the game. I am VB. I am the player behind Crue. Today's surprise character. Surprise!
Ta-da.
Yippee!
I don't
We're
have a
glad he's
surprise
here.
sound. Okay. So,
Well, we have the soundboard, but we don't
Mhm.
usually use those in games.
we
Yeah, I'm not
don't.
gonna use that
But,
today.
alas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume there's a text from Crue as it's kind of brief. There's a bunch of typos in it. It was written hastily with at train station. Where are you? With one eyebrow raised emoji. Also train emoji.
Also, train emoji. Crue uses
Very
emojis.
important. Yeah.
Ren, do you remember the gag of we kind of discussed of like they pull out like both of their phones?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kestel's flip phone with a little cake keychain on it, and whatever Dylan has.
I think Dylan would have like a mirror in that case.
A-
Inter- Oh,
A
I thought we
phone?
were talking. Oh no, I thought we were talking about the keychain. I'm sorry.
Oh, Kestrel will also get a mirror keychain added to his phone. He must.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Currently, it's just a
misinterpreted
cake.
that completely. But yeah, no, Dylan just
It's
has a
okay.
normal like iPhone, I guess. It's not a
They
flip
look
phone.
between their phones.
Yeah, it
They
is
look between their
definitely.
phones.
Yeah,
Kestrel has the brick. Kestrel has the Nokia.
they both like just have each phone in each hand, and they're just like, hold on, wait.
Kestrel just will put his phone down. It's just like
Yeah,
it's fine.
I think yeah, Dylan just reaches forward, and kind of struggles a bit to type because feather wing arms. Before he does eventually get the hang of it and types out, "Sorry, we're kind of stuck together in a way."
I
Stuck
think Kestrel sighs
together
a little.
is the response that you get with another eyebrow raised emoji.
Dylan trying to figure out whether or not he should just explain in depth or send a picture.
Selfie.
You know what? Yeah, they'll do it. They'll do a selfie because Dylan hasn't actually seen how they look just yet.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he just like briefly he just responds it as like, "Hang on," and pulls up the camera app and then takes a second to look at them because like, oh, that is an appearance that I didn't actually expect us to have.
Yeah, they look adorable.
They do. He also just kind of looks at them for a second and has to pet their face just briefly.
Aw,
Oh my god.
their soft feathered face.
They're very soft. Before, yeah, though he does eventually end up taking a picture and sending it to Crue.
Yeah. How does Crue respond to this?
That's a very good question. There's a very long moment of silence as he, from
Crew's
Cruz's
typing.
perspective,
Yeah.
he's just gotten a selfie of some random dude. And it's just like, you got a fourth?
Dylan immediately, like, I feel like with the silence, Dylan's panic is starting to rise. He's like, oh no, I didn't think about how other people would react upon knowing about us being fused or something. And then Crew responds, and that panic is immediately washed away with confusion and a little bit of annoyance.
Who is this?
So just Kestrel will take the initiative to type no in all caps.
Yeah.
Just sends that. Just no.
Then who is that?
The ring happened again.
And you just get shit.
Dylan immediately sends a watch your language.
Alright, where are you two?
I think Dylan, yeah, kind of.
I assume they're walking towards the
The
station
main
again.
thought that I had is that, like, because Dylan would have stayed put while he was talking to Crue, so he just kind of turns to look back up at the thrift store to check the name of it. But I don't expect it to be super far from the train station, I'll be honest.
You know what's funny though? Like, while Dylan's side of the brain was occupied typing, Kestrel was just walking them, so Dylan looks up to see the name of the store and is just like, oh, we're in a different place.
Yeah, just takes a second to look around. It's like, oh, this is different. Kind of has their feet stop moving at that and looks around to see where they're currently standing, but they are at least at least quite a lot closer to the train station than they were before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kestrel's just like, sorry.
that's fine. Kind of looks around like the nearest shops because I feel like they'd be between like two of them. I don't want to come up with shop names at the moment, so he just kind of sends between these two specific shops and types the names of the shops that they're standing close to.
Yeah.
I could make two horrible references, but I'm not.
I'm squinting
I
at
love
you.
horrible references.
I do too.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to
We
do a little bit of
both love
Googling to remember
horrible
them
references.
both. But as you type out the location about it, Crew is just like, okay, be there with you.
Sounds very enthusiastic about that.
Okay.
Sorry, Crew, your two boyfriends became one boyfriend while you were delayed.
I'm sorry, Kurt.
Okay, so the two shops that I have determined you are between is Big Fat Bitchies, Blueberry Pie, Christmas Tree and Recreational Jello Emporium, and Big Town Banky Blaine's Rockabilly Barbecue. Those are the two shops you are in between.
Yeah, I don't know the second one, but I know the first one.
I don't get any of those, but those are some fascinating names.
The first
the
one is
word
a
for
Will
it,
Wood song,
fascinating.
second one is a Bear Ghost song. Both are good.
Oh yeah, no, I don't listen to a lot of Bear Ghost.
You should listen to it.
Uh,
This is
I
a
definitely
PSA.
should.
Listen to both.
okay.
Those in the audience, both future and current, listen to Bear Ghost and Wiltwood. Anyway,
Crows in the chat excited about Wilwood.
But yeah,
but yeah, anyway, yeah, I think at some point Crue eventually does end up finding
he
Killian
does.
just standing there incredibly lost, waiting for their boyfriend to come pick them up.
He is
Aw.
looking for the most nervous looking, the most. Whichever tune is giving off the most nervous energy,
The most wet cat
Nervous.
energy out of all of the tunes he's seen.
nervous, most awkward energy. And as soon as he spots the little owl, he's an owl, right? Killian's an owl?
Yes.
Owl.
Yes.
Just comes on over. And he's not actually wearing a suit. He's, for once, dressed casually. He's wearing jeans.
Dylan
Kestrel
is
has emotions about
Yeah.
casual dressed Crew.
I think Dylan is shocked, and I think the first way that Crew immediately can know that it's Dylan and Kestrel is because the first thing Dylan says is, "Oh my goodness, you stole my clothes."
Darling, we both know your pants are far too short for me.
Kestrel is just Killian is blushing because Kestrel has gay emotions about casual dressed Crew.
Meanwhile,
also wearing
Dylan is also
sneakers.
blushing at the pet name.
Aww.
But
Well,
I think that
who wants to have the honor of explaining how this happened to me?
To you.
Yes. I'm the only one out of the loop on this.
I
Oh.
see.
Not how.
Yeah, I think
What?
Cons.
yeah, the first thing that Dylan does before then is like, hold on, I need a second, I've had a long day, and then he just immediately comes up to Crew to give him a hug.
Aww.
Aww. Crew will
Blush.
gladly hug him back. Just like, aw. Understandable. And he's just petting the head, and I imagine he's also running his fingers up the long feather ear things.
Yeah.
Just kind of feeling them out, and he's just like pinching and touching Killian all over, just like bird.
Yeah. Bird.
Bird.
I know
How's it feel
that.
getting feathers pet?
I know that. I'm pretty sure I know what Kestrel's reaction is in this regard.
Gay.
I think that yeah, Dylan at first kind of tenses up at it, but then he immediately starts to lean into the affection because it's very soft and it feels very nice. And like, I think it would be cute slash funny if like a Kestrel indirectly just starts making little content bird noises, and Dylan is just surprised that he can do that.
Yeah. There are in
Yeah.
fact bird noises, and Dylan definitely feels the embarrassment.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He is very happy with this. He likes this. It's very comforting. He enjoys this a lot.
Aww.
Very comforting bird noises.
Well, the affection is, but
Oh, the affection is.
The bird noises are interesting.
yeah, I think Dylan also tries to give Crew a kiss. It's a little bit weird because beak, but
Crew accepts it. That's fine. It's a kiss.
yeah. But yeah, no. Eventually, he kind of not entirely pulls away from the hug, but he pulls back to look back at Crew. I think he just lingers on looking at him for a moment because, like, oh my goodness, I missed him so much. before he kind of
Aw.
before he steps back and I'm trying to think how he would actually start the explanation because I know that the beginning at least needs to be explained by him because Custer wasn't there for that part.
Crew is taking a seat on his on his suitcase as soon as Killian steps away.
Yeah.
Explain how you got this horrid thing.
Yeah.
Explain.
So Dylan kind of looks down at the necklace and extends it forward for Crue to be able to see it properly. Um, and he kind of mostly gestures to the symbol on it because it matches the symbol on the ring that they're currently wearing, and he's like, I feel like you might recognize this.
Yeah, as soon as you push it forward to show Crew, you hear a snort escape him as he just smiles.
Immediately, Dylan shoots him a glare.
Oh,
Apparently
what
the
are
ring
the
is the
chances? Or to find this little thing, and he reaches forward for the necklace.
I can't really describe it, but yeah, the necklace is it's warm. It's a very warm necklace.
It's a warm necklace, but he's asking where Dylan found it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, but
Okay.
he kind of looks back at the shops and he tries to point. Again, wing arms, so it's a bit difficult. Um, Before he points to like a little jewelry shop very close to the train station. He's like, well, I realized that I couldn't see Kestrel yet. I hadn't actually gotten a message from him, so I decided to look around, and I saw some. I saw the jewelry store over there, and yeah, that's when he points to it, and before pulling his hand back, and then gestures to the necklace. And I saw this in the window, so I figured it looked like something that you might like, so I bought it.
Crew's laughing a little bit, just looking at the necklace. He finds the
Dylan
idea that
considers
you were going to
glare.
buy him that horrid thing for him.
I can't believe this.
Crew keeps kind of shaking his head, and is just. So, tell me, how's it around your neck now?
Huh?
Uh, I'm assuming he means like how did the fusion occur?
No, he's asking how the necklace got on his neck.
Oh. I mean that
I
is
guess-
also kind of in line with the how the fusion happened anyway. He's just
Same way
kinda-
that same way that Red ended up wearing both rings.
yeah.
That is true. But
just
for
like,
now,
well,
let
I-
Crew just make fun of Dylan.
Yeah. I mean, he's still glaring at Crue. This entire time he's just been glaring at him. Well, I didn't put it on. It just I had it in my pocket and I
Dylan, dang it. I cycled through both of them when I meant to say Kestrel. Kestrel will attempt to save Dylan a little and just be like, it happened the same way as the rings, Crew.
Alright, alright. Now, Kestrel, for your ribbing, why do you still carry around that ring?
He blushes.
I see.
He just-
Okay.
it's the only explanation Crue needs.
He's just it is a nice ring, and I think he might mutter just pleasant memory.
No, that's cute.
I think it's Dylan's turn
More
to start
blushing.
chuckling then.
Gillian fluffs more.
I see. Oh, let's go on to... You know what? Let's get out of this train station. The noises are starting to get on my nerves. And he gets up from his suitcase, grabs the handle of it, and reaches out for Killian. Let's go somewhere a little bit more quieter. Hopefully a little bit more private. And he's trying to look directly at Kestrel. But he just...
Somehow
There-
Kestrel senses this. He blushes.
I think Dylan on his end is just squinting. But yeah, they end up stopping by like probably just a little like I don't want to say fast food, just a cafe at this point. Which is, I think, a bit further, like, quite a bit further away from the train station. And I want to say it's probably, like, afternoon or so at this point, so there are definitely more people around. However, it is more secluded than the other, what are they called? Places. I can't think of the word. Places that are currently at the plaza. And there's a nice little outdoor seating area, too.
Crue was trying to imply much more to go over to Kestrel's apartment
Oh.
in terms of private.
What did
I like the idea that Crue is just like, let's go somewhere private, and Dylan and his oblivious fate is just like, ah yes, let's go to the least populated shop currently here.
Kestrel Kestrel will see or feel Dylan looking at the seating area and just go, Dylan. Dylan, that's not what he meant. Very embarrassed in their head.
I'm sorry, you cut off. What did you say?
Just in their head saying that,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Crue doesn't hear.
Dylan just kind of blinks a
Dylan, that's
little
not what he
bit
meant.
and is like, wait, what did he mean? And I think he will say that part out loud.
He meant my apartment. Dylan.
Immediately he turns red, mostly from embarrassment. He's like, oh!
And Crue sees that.
Yeah.
If he had any doubts that this was a completely different person, those get washed away instantly as he sees the embarrassment wash over Dylan and is like, yep, that is a fusion of Dylan. Yep.
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Yep.
That's my
There-
boy.
There's the man I fell in love with.
Aww.
I love him.
Don't make that horrible sound.
What was so horrible? Oh, that was a cute sound.
I know, but there's a thing with Crue with the fact that he hates awing.
Oh.
Yeah, I can imagine him doing that every time he sees Princess, honestly.
No, it's only fine when he does it to Princess. Any other context is just horrid. But regardless, yeah,
Man.
he wants to know what's Kestrel's apartment like? Where is it located? Actually, he already knows where it's located.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
He will
Of
also
course
get
he
to
does.
see
They will go to the apartment.
his gray white mom van. Not gray white, but his gray mom van.
Yeah.
Why do you have a van,
Like that.
darling?
He's just it's good to have space.
Space for what?
Activities. That's not him.
We have so much room for activities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just for practical reasons.
What are you lugging around that this is the most practical thing? Okay, whatever.
The first thought is Kestrel is like, there's a lawyer right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think vaguely Dylan just gets like the vague thing of like, oh goodness, there's a lawyer, and then Dylan is just squinting in confusion, like, wait, what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. Get in the car. We're getting in the car. We're driving.
Don't worry about it, darling. But
I'm
yeah.
just immediately like, okay, yay!
Okay, yay!
Ah,
I love that.
he's adorable. Have
He's
we
had
said
a long
that?
day.
Have we said that he's adorable?
He definitely is.
Yeah. They will drive.
Yeah.
Kestrel will drive.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, because Dylan doesn't know where Kestrel's apartment is, so...
Kestrel will drive.
Go ahead, Kestrel, darling.
Oh, blush.
I think Dylan is also a bit, like, he's not excited, but he's curious on what his his apartment looks like. I mean, he's excited at being able to finally lie down for a while.
Yeah. I think just Kestrel has a fairly decent, fairly nice apartment.
Yeah.
It's just furnished like a single man.
I definitely know that he has fake plants. I think you mentioned that. So
I
I
don't
think.
recall this.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. But Dylan, I think, sees the fake plants and gets excited, and he's like, "Oh my goodness!" And then immediately, like, as he gives them a bit more of a. Words are not working right now. He sees the fake plants. He's excited at first, and then he kind of steps a bit closer to look over them, and then instantly, once he gets like maybe even just a single inch closer, then he realizes, oh, they're fake.
He's just. I'm sorry. I can't really keep plants alive. He's very embarrassed.
That's fine. I mean, he's used to this by now. He's dating Crue, so.
Crue also can't keep plants alive.
Yeah.
Fitting, because they're both assassins.
I didn't even process that. That's actually kind of cute, kind of fitting.
Kind of cute.
Well, kind of cute because
Kind of
it's
cute.
like it kind of signifies that like, oh, these two can't keep plants alive because assassin, and then the one person who isn't an assassin, who's actually a lawyer, can keep his plants alive.
Real nice symbolism. Anyway.
Anyway,
his apartment is furnished like a single man, but it's a fine apartment.
You hear a tut from Crue, and he's just, I'll have to make sure that the next few gifts I give you are home decorations.
He blushes, but this time it's just from embarrassment.
Dylan just looks at Crue and he's like, "Wait, what's wrong with the decorations he currently has up? It doesn't look that bad."
Dylan, is
There's
your home
bars.
also decorated like a single man?
Not really,
Like a single
but
man. Oh,
To be honest,
is-
Dylan's form of decoration is just plants.
well, yeah. Also that, and also just knickknacks that makes him very happy. So it's like very it's not cluttered, but it is like maximalist mostly.
Oh my god.
Kestrel has just like a single picture on the wall so that it feels slightly less like a single man.
Single image.
I don't know why I imagine it to be like one of those Hobby Lobby photos.
It is because it definitely is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He has a
got, like,
single
one of
Hobby
those-
Lobby photo on the wall.
He's got
Single photo on the wall.
a Hobby Lobby picture in the kitchen that just says "Here we feast" or something.
Oh my god.
He would not have that.
I remember.
But just like a simple wordless picture.
I see. Yeah.
It's some modern art looking shit.
Yeah. It's like a blue. It's like a blue plaid square.
Alright. Anyway.
Yeah.
His apartment is boring.
You hear a lot
That's-
more
yeah.
tutting from Crue as he sort of judges the interior a little bit, gives himself a small tour of the place, and eventually just leaves behind his suitcase and signals over for Killian to like take a seat on the couch or something, so he'll also take a seat.
Would he have a leather couch? That is my question.
I feel like he would. Easier to get the
Yeah.
blood out. No, he's not a killer.
Well, he is. He's an assassin. He has
Oh,
committed
he's an
murders.
assassin? Oh,
His class is also assassin.
I thought he was just general saboteur. Also, I am being called to. Hang on.
But he...
Oh, okay.
I am so sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Definitely feel like Ginny is onto something.
Huh?
Oh, I need to elaborate as soon as I said that. Jenny is Dylan's sister, who he also lives with.
She's up to something?
No, she just kind of I think she mostly just suspects that Crue is a serial killer just because of very small details that don't actually prove he is one, but it's just a hunch for her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the type of being like, I can't put my finger on it. However,
But
yeah, I love her. Lantern object head.
Big coffee, be back.
Mhm.
Okay, hi.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. But yeah, Kestrel is more corporate saboteur, but his class is assassin, and he is definitely willing to commit murders.
I see.
Good for him, good for him.
Anyway, Kestrel is a little suspicious isn't the right word, but he figures Crue is going to do something gay when they sit on that couch.
You would
he
be
will sit
right.
on the couch.
Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped my earbuds. Hold on.
Oh no.
What
Okay,
was the
we're all
last thing
good.
you heard?
I did not hear anything. I just heard silence.
Oh,
No, it's okay. It's
Anyway,
because I haven't said
Kest-
anything.
Oh, okay.
well,
Go ahead.
Kestrel suspects that Crue is gonna do something gay when they sit on that couch.
Yeah, okay.
But he will sit on the couch unless Dylan protests or something.
No, Dylan's oblivious. We've already established this multiple times. He's not really worried about anything gay happening. He's just like, yay, I can sit down, my feet.
Oh. Meanwhile, Kestrel is suspecting the gay.
Yeah.
He would be right,
Almost it.
but unfortunately, as Killian takes a seat, Crue is just like, okay, so what have you already done?
Ah.
I think your voice cut out a little bit on my end, so I didn't entirely gather what you
Alright,
said. I'm
so
sorry.
what have you already done to try and unfuse?
Oh, okay. I think Dylan extends a hand and is like, well, we've gone to the arcade, we've gone to the thrift shop, and as he says that, he trails off and then immediately is like, oh, the thrift shop, and digs around through their pockets real quick to pull something out.
Yeah.
And I will roll a hammer space.
Cyberspace.
7. Okay, yeah. So he pulls out the little dagger with the engraved bird on the end keychain and hands it over to Crue.
Crue takes a look over the keychain and he smiles as he looks over it. He's like, oh, that's adorable. And he's going to briefly run his finger over the tip of it. Is it actually sharp or is it dulled down?
Well, it's a keychain, so I wouldn't expect it to be very sharp.
He's making a mental note to sharpen it later.
I figured.
Yeah.
Surprise weapon. Tiny knife.
Tiny knife!
Tiny knife.
Death by 1,000 tiny stabs.
Okay. And as he looks over the gift, he kind of hits his forehead with the palm of his hand, like, oh, I should have brought a gift too, shouldn't I have? Oh, bother.
Oh, no, you don't
It's
have to.
alright.
It's, yeah. They're both like stumbling over their words as they both are trying to, at the same time, reassure Crue.
They try to say, like, it's alright and don't worry and get don't alright.
Yeah.
Just blink.
Oh, no, it is quite rather rude of me to come all this way and not bring anything with me. But I mean, I could give you more than just a physical gift. Or, at the very least, an item. And he starts to crawl closer over to Killian.
Oh.
I think I'm not gonna roll a wisdom for this because that's boring. Dylan is immediately turning red.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So, well, Killian turns very red.
Yeah.
Crue takes a seat on their lap, on their collective lap.
Ah.
Dylan just immediately starts to sink back into the couch cushions.
Yeah, Crue's petting the cheek and the neck. It's just... Goodness gracious, why am I the
Yes.
one who plays this piano?
You do amazing. You do amazing. You do so good.
Yeah. God, Dylan is like, I think on Dylan's end, he's just like, petting the couch and is just like, man, that sure is some nice leather. And just mentally to himself, like, yep, this is certainly nice leather. This is a nice couch.
I think even Kestrel sighs internally.
He's
What
not
kind of
saying
sigh
that
is
out
it?
loud, of course. But just in his head, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but I think even Kestrel internally sighs at Dylan trying to ignore this for some reason because because Kestrel is looking at Crue.
So they're only like half focusing right now on what the hell Crue's doing.
Seems so.
He's going to continue like petting the cheeks and the neck feathers, and he leans in closer and he's going to just give them a kiss on the neck.
Chirp.
Oh, brother.
I think immediate chirp.
Yeah, no, for Dylan, he just immediately like turns a lot redder. With that, because if he wasn't focusing on Crue before, he definitely is now.
Okay, so he's got Dylan's attention now.
Yeah, and he just he pulls his hands away from like the couch and just wraps his arms around his waist.
Very blushy bird.
Yeah.
Twice as blushy, I see.
What?
Immediately starts glaring at Crue again.
I didn't understand those words.
Twice as blushy.
Twice as blushy.
Yeah.
Twice as flusterable. And twice as cute.
Feather fluff.
Dylan does this often, so I have not been able to actually do this in canon, but he pulls his hands away from Crue and immediately presses them to either side of his own face to try and like as if that would try and like rubs his cheeks as if that would get rid of the blush right now. So that's another indicator for Crue that like, ah yes, this is my boyfriend.
Oh.
Yep,
As if he had any doubt at this point.
he doesn't. Trying to space out, trying to not think about his feelings. Yep, that's very Dylan. Would have anticipated nothing less.
Listen, he is.
Meanwhile, he can tell
Yeah.
the Kestrel side is captivated.
He gives yet another kiss over to the neck and kind of trails it up to the cheek.
Another chirp. More chirps.
Dylan just moves their hands to like cover their face this time, and he's like, "Oh, you're very mean."
No. I'm despicable. And he gives the beak like a kiss, the top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now come on, darling.
There's a lot of happy bird noises.
Kestrel is having the time of his life.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dylan, meanwhile, is in hell.
He always is.
Oh, he always is.
Oh. Oh, poor boy.
It's not like the bad kind, it's just that Crue makes him very flustered and he does not like it.
Well, you agreed to date this man.
That is true.
In Dylan's defense, he was unaware that this came along with dating him.
Yeah.
He didn't
And
read
it's
the
not,
fine
yeah,
print.
it's not like he's gonna break up with him over it anyway.
Well, of course not, but like...
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
no. He receives many more kisses from Crue as Crue tries to kind of pry open the hands a little bit, get another sneak peek at his face.
Very red face.
yeah.
And then get a very cheeky smile from Crue. Very smug.
Dylan just narrows their eyes at him. And I want to say that at this point, he just kind of slowly pulls their hands away from their face completely. And I think it would be cute if he did this, but he's also checking with Kestrel and being like, can we kiss him? Can we give him a kiss?
There's yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
immediately he just reaches
Yes.
out for Crue to pull him closer to their face and kind of tilts their head to give him a kiss on the lips.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
Yippee! And I'm gonna go with this part is where the light begins to return and it feels a lot less scary for Dylan this time. It feels a lot warmer and more welcoming.
Aww.
And I am trying to figure out because Crue's sitting on Killian's lap, so now I'm just like, wait.
Lap on lap on lap. Kestrel at the bottom,
They're
Dylan
stacked.
sat on Kestrel's lap with Crue sat on Dylan's lap. There we go.
Damn.
Perfect.
Perfect. I think, yeah, then eventually they just kind of blink a little bit. And for the first thing that Dylan does is like, oh goodness, thank God I'm back.
Oh, welcome to back.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Yeah.
Crue is
Immediately,
somehow
the first thing he
slightly
does. Yeah.
disappointed.
I'm sorry, Kurt. The first thing that he does is he pries the necklace off of his neck.
Kestrel doesn't take off the ring because he likes the ring.
Okay, well, he's doing this to himself then if he fuses anymore.
Well, at least he knows that it's his boyfriends who have the set. So, and you know, he doesn't mind overlaps with them. He does not mind that.
Yeah, I think briefly I want to say is something that's cute because I don't know if Crue would have known. I mean, maybe he would have, but as Dylan is taking off the extra necklace, he also sees as he pulls up the another necklace that he is always wearing, which has a little golden scale at the end.
Pretty.
It's very pretty.
Kestrel is curious, but he shall not question.
Don't worry about it.
I think he already knows what deity Dylan worships anyway, so
Oh.
yeah.
The god of snitching.
It's not the god of snitching.
Kind of the goddess of snitching.
Not really.
But a little.
She's the goddess of justice. I don't know what.
Justice. More like Killjoy. Sorry. Crue will just keep on dunking on the god. But he won't. Not in front of Dylan.
Yeah, do not do that out loud. Not in front of Dylan. But yeah, no, he just puts the I don't even know what to call it, the fusion question mark necklace And he just puts that on the coffee table, and then instantly is patting himself down. He's like, "Oh my goodness, it's me. Oh, it feels so good to be back."
Kestrel also with a hand on his face because of the fluster.
Yeah.
He did a lot
Dylan's
of
face is
chirping.
still, yeah, his face is still a little bit red as well, but I think the blush is definitely fading because like it's mostly I guess discounted by how relieved he is about actually being in his own body again.
Yeah. Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Kestrel could give Dylan a kiss.
He can give him a kiss.
I think like Kestrel looks at Dylan and Dylan. It's
Well,
up to you if Dylan
Crew's gonna
notices
get
this
off
look.
their lap. Like, yes,
Ah,
I have
Crew's
worked.
just like my plan's coming together.
Anyway, I'm hungry. And he heads to the kitchen.
Do you think Dylan notices the kind of look Kestrel's given him?
I can roll a perception.
Sure.
22, yes, he definitely does.
Yeah, Kestrel is still blushing while looking at you.
Yeah, I think he looks back at Kestrel and kind of gives him a little bit of a chuckle, and he's like, I mean, it doesn't say this out loud, but I mean, they've already kissed Crue. I mean, he kind of has to. What is the word I'm looking for? He kind of has to pay him back for all of the kisses he's given to Crue prior to them actually meeting up in person.
Aww.
So he scoots closer to him and leans close to him.
Yes.
And he gets a kiss.
I think mostly thanks to Crue, Kestrel has learned to take initiative, so he might close the gap of the kiss.
Yeah.
He's learning.
He's learning.
Wild cheering from
He is
me.
I'm just imagining Crue watching this from the kitchen, just like, yes!
Yep. He's absolutely pleased.
I need when this is edited with like the actual title card, I need the stand-in to be shown in this scene specifically.
Yes!
The stand-in.
Yes, good.
I just need whoever is editing this, I need you to put in the picture of the stand-in.
It's a beautiful stand-in.
It's really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
But yeah, I have no further input from Crue apart from the fact that he will eventually join them on the couch
Yeah.
and ask them about what
Yes.
plans they have, what's going to happen now. And
Yeah.
he will grab that necklace from Dylan and just toss it across the room. Like he's not even gonna slide of hand, and you can just see him just violently grab it and just throw it.
Dylan is fine with this. There is also like the vague feeling of like, man, it did actually not feel that bad near the end actually. So he is like maybe just a tiny bit disappointed, but he's mostly just like, yeah. Especially with how he first reacted when it first happened anyway.
It's okay, he can grab it later.
He can. Just very, very conspicuously.
Who knows, maybe next time it will be much easier with knowing what's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, that cut off as well.
Oh, I said, who knows, maybe next time it'll probably be much easier knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, completely it will. It would also have been a bit easier for him if it was with Crue as well.
Understandable. He does know
Very
Crue better.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, Kester. He still loves him, just...
Yeah. Kestrel gets it.
Yeah. But I wanted to end off on the scene of like they're cuddling on the couch. They're very happy, very content. Dylan especially because oh my goodness, he's finally back in his body. And I want to say that if it's like I want to say that at some point Kestrel ends up reaching into his own pocket and he pulls out the keychain that Dylan got for him, and Dylan does the same at some point and pulls out the keychain that Kestrel got for him.
Aww.
That's adorable. I like that a lot.
And I think we can end on that note.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Kestrel will be pleased. Kestrel's very happy. He's a happy bird.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for listening into this FPS. It is definitely a bit longer than the FPSs I'm used to, surprisingly. That's not super long, but of course I'm typically used to like an hour, maybe less.
This was
We
close to
needed
3
time
hours.
for the gays.
We needed time for the gays.
Well, regardless.
This was definitely a blast, and I thank you all for listening in, and I thank you, the players, for joining in as well. But I will leave us off there. Thank you guys once again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.